And I love learning from Kiran, who's obviously a wonderful business individual, a person, and also an advocate of the space, and updates us with everything going on, not only within his company, but also in America, all the way over to Africa. And I believe Kiran joins us right now. How you doing, Kiran?
I'm doing well, Todd. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks. Let's just cut right to the chase. As you know, I follow the stock market. I follow your company, obviously, being a part of the company, helping with brand strategy. And this was a really interesting day for you in terms of the capital markets and quite a share increase.
Yeah, we've had 2 good days in a row. Obviously, every CEO thinks his stock is undervalued, but it seems that our stock was truly undervalued. We've had some really, record volume days. I think yesterday we were the most active cannabis stock on the market, and today we were the second most active cannabis stock on the market. So it looks like, the market is recognizing when there's money to be made.
And good to hear. And one of the things I remember you saying here on this program, and it's sort of featured in this Neo Exchange campaign about liquidity opportunity, that the exchange offered liquidity for people if they wanted to get out of stock, they could. And that is really being proven with all this volume. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think over the last 2 days, we've probably traded, probably on all exchanges worldwide, probably close to 15 million shares. In Canada alone, probably over 9, maybe 10 million shares. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. First comes liquidity, and then comes the increase. And I think that's what we saw. And in the sector, we need a recovery. We've been so beaten down over the past 6 months. It's good to see our stock, starting to recover and recover substantially, probably, I think, from a 20-cent low to a 38-cent high today. I was almost a double in 2 weeks just on intraday trading.
Congrats on the growth, and obviously hopeful that it continues. You are having your earnings release and conference call and for the third quarter. When is that?
We're doing that, I think, Thursday and Friday. And then it's off to Africa, Off to Africa for a week. That's going to be, I'm really, really excited about, heading off there after our earnings call. It takes a little while to get there. It's a day and a half, but it's there's just so much, so much opportunity there. I really, looking to the future, of, where is cannabis going to be grown? Well, you think to yourself, well, what about India? What about China? But they still have those moral stigmatisms against cannabis where, at least in Lesotho and in certain parts of Africa, we don't have those stigmatisms. And there, it's culturally, it's within the culture, and it's, it's used as medicine for, thousands of years, and there was never a break like there was, say, in China and India. I think in China, certain places, it's punishable by death still, So I think it gives Africa a huge opportunity, just as a continent, and definitely Lesotho, South Africa, Zambia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda I hear is coming on. To make really good, high-quality cannabis, and the growing environments are great, and they're pristine, and the water's there, and the power's there, and, it's just, we've been there for a year, and I'm really, really excited about it.
And did I read this right on your Twitter account, which is at Kiran Sidhu? It's SIDHUCEO. That within the region and the region that you're a partner in and looking to expand that partnership for full ownership. Am I correct about that?
Absolutely.
That's the strategy, and then
we're hoping to close that. Yeah, we're hoping to sign and close within the next 30 to 45 days. And it's just been. Part of the reason I'm going over there is to, sign all the paperwork and get everything finalized. It's just taken a while because, there are not a lot of, how do I say it? There are not a lot of Canadian companies that are U.S. taxpayers operating in Africa. So just getting the structure right and making sure, all the money flows without all the weird taxes took quite some time. But, now we finally dialed it in.
Yeah, it's not just like selling a home, right?
No, absolutely not. I thought about that. I've actually, that's a funny thing because, some nights I go to bed, because I get up early in the morning to converse with Africa. And I said, man, if this was only like buying a house, God, life would be really easy.
And the potential, though, on this tweet I read, and this is at its max potential, obviously, could be something like $841 million worth of sales. Like, that's an astronomical number.
Yeah, no, it gets silly, but the thing that I got to caution people with is that I don't think the cannabis markets have developed worldwide to, I'd say the capacity for Africa alone to supply cannabis, forgetting about the rest of the world, far exceeds where the demand is today, legally. I'm sure that demand exists in the black market already. But as the legal side of it comes on, I think that you're going to start seeing some very, very large numbers. But also when we put out that figure, I think of 841 million. Right now, cannabis is entering Europe at $9 to $10 a gram, and we're projecting that at $2.50. So you're obviously looking at a decrease. Obviously as quantity increases, price goes down, right? But it becomes silly when you think about it, and it really is. Africa really is the future. I mean, when we looked at it, we looked all over the world. We looked at Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, everywhere in the world, Thailand, Cambodia, even South Korea, India, as we said, China. And Africa, at least Sidhu seems to be, in our opinion, and I know Canopy's there, Afri is there, a bunch of other guys are there as well. It's like one of the places you just have to be. And for us, it's the place that we want to sort of base our non-North American expansion.
And the team over there are already working on the first harvest, correct?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we got plants, we got some pictures up on Twitter, probably on our website, on our Instagram. It's the real deal. It's really exciting to go over there and see it, it's so different from the, let's call it the Canadian, sort of automated experience. It's old school Californian Emerald Triangle style growing. It's what we're used to. It's what's in our DNA.
Well, Kiran, we always appreciate the updates here, and really interesting, also getting to know you on a personal level and sort of as a mentor and the big brain here, and watching you run this company and run it in a way that there's full transparency, being very open to talking to investors within the company. And I think that's just a wonderful approach for sure. Kiran Sidhu can be followed at Kiran Sidhu, CEO, on Twitter. And for any questions, very good at getting back to them. And except when you're traveling for, how long is that flight anyway?
Oh, it's 16 hours from New York. I got to figure out how to get to New York, and then it's 16 hours from there. I think it's really great also what's going on with you guys in Canada. We got 2.0 coming around, and now legally you guys will be able to, smoke rosin, get edibles that are proper, vape cartridges, all that sort of stuff is going to be great for Canada as well that's coming up.
Well, and that's the whole goal here, is to educate people on that and sort of make them aware on that level, because that's one thing we're really focused here on the program. Kiran, I'm sure we'll speak before, and you have your earnings call again Thursday after market close, I believe, with then a conference call on Friday. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly the way it's going to go.
Well, we look forward to hearing all about it, and if for some reason we don't speak, which we will, I do wish you safe travels, and can't wait for the updates and the pictures, and it's very vast and it's very beautiful. So we appreciate you sharing.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks a lot, and have a good evening.
Okay. Cheers, Kiran Sidhu, everyone.